What's up, guys? It's MB Boxing, and today I'm going to be predicting the outcome of Robson Conceicao versus Xavier Martinez, and this is going to be a 10-rounder for the WBC Super-Featherweight World Title Eliminator, and this fight is going to be Saturday, January 29th from the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and this fight is going to be broadcasted on ESPN, ESPN Plus, or the ESPN app. And to get both fighters' resumes, Robson Conceicao, fighting out of Brazil, holds a record of 16 wins, 1 defeat with 8 wins coming by way of knockout. He's currently ranked number 27 by BoxRec in the super featherweight division. He's also an Olympic gold medalist, winning his medal in Rio 2016, representing his country of Brazil. And he's also a former WBC Super Featherweight World Title challenger. And now to list his one and only defeat, it came by controversial unanimous decision to Oscar Valdez, and that's where he did have his one title shot. But it was highly controversial, as mentioned before. Many people, including myself, thought that Conceicao won clearly, but the judges really had a differing opinion and thought that Valdez won pretty clear, although it was pretty evident that Conceicao was the better boxer and simply just outworked Valdez and landed more punches, landed more power punches as well. And he really should have won that fight and really should be the current world champion. But not to list some of his best victories on paper, he has a unanimous decision win over Louis Correa, and that was a very tough fight where he did get dropped but bounced back to get the win. And he also has a knockout victory over Jesus Almada Arce. And not to get his opponent's resume, Xavier Martinez, fighting out of the United States, holds a record of 17 wins, no defeats, with 11 wins coming by way of knockout. He's currently ranked number 13 by BoxRec in the super featherweight division. And not to list his best victories, he has a unanimous decision victory over Claudio Marrero, and that was for the WBA Super Featherweight World Title Eliminator. And he did win that fight, obviously, as I mentioned before, but he did battle back from getting dropped twice in the 8th round to winning the fight by a clear unanimous decision. Although it was close on one of the judges' scorecards at 114 to 112, it was really because of those two knockdowns. If not, it would have possibly been like a 116-112, somewhere around there. But he also has a unanimous decision victory over tough, rugged veteran and former top star Juan Carlos Burgos. And in my opinion, this fight is going to go slightly in favor of the former world title challenger Robson Conceicao and Olympic gold medalist. I think that Conceicao is just simply the better boxer. I think he will actually outwork Martinez in this one, and I think that he'll utilize his jab and sheer boxing ability to get the job done. Xavier Martinez has shown that he is also a boxer, is also a fighter that likes to counterpunch off the outside, but I think that Martinez here will try and utilize sometimes like coming forward, but I think that Conceicao, being that he probably does have more power than Martinez. I know that both of them don't really have the best KO ratios. Conceicao like right at like 50% or under, and Martinez does have a higher percent, but still Conceicao I do think carries more power than Martinez. I mean, he's just more sharper with his shots, and the way he turns on his shots just adds a bit more power to them and speed as well. And being that he's coming from that very good school of boxing early on in his career with the amateurs, with the gold medal, I really think he's going to work hard in the ring and just simply just outwork Martinez to get a close unanimous decision. And as mentioned before, this is a WBC World Title Eliminator. So I mean, the winner of this fight could get in line for a fight with Valdez. For Conceicao, that would be a rematch, or should I say, the winner of Valdez versus Shakur Stevenson, which will happen in April. So I mean, the winner does have a big opportunity, unless the winner of this fight, being that it's not for a final eliminator, has to fight for final eliminator or fights for the interim title. Something like that might happen. But still, there's a lot of opportunities for the winner of this fight. And the winner of this fight will definitely break through into the top 10, in my opinion, if not already. So, I mean, Conceicao and Martinez, just outside the top 10, in my opinion. Conceicao, in my opinion, is definitely top 15. Martinez as well. So the winner of this fight should definitely break through in the top 10. And I know Conceicao, as mentioned before, is ranked almost number 30 by BoxRec, but that's not true. I mean, we saw the performance he had against Oscar Valdez, who's widely renowned as a top 3 130-pounder. So, I mean, yeah, he's definitely in the top 10, maybe even just outside it, based off of that one performance. And in that performance against Valdez, we saw his boxing ability, and we saw how he could utilize the jab off the outside and his sharp counter straights down the pipe, and that really just bruised up the face of Valdez. I mean, after the fight, you got to see Valdez was all swollen, his face was all red, battered up, because Conceicao was landing so many shots and he outlanded Valdez by like 60 punches. It was like 80 to 140 in favor of Conceicao. And I think in this fight we'll see the same. I think that we will see Conceicao landing Martinez, but Martinez will land a couple of nice shots, and I think that he will have some good work of his own early on, or should I say later on. And I think early on, just like the Valdez fight, we'll see Conceicao flourish with his boxing ability in the first half of the fight. But as the fight goes on, Martinez will start to make it close. And I think that we will see both fighters trading styles. I think we'll see both fighters box, and we'll see both fighters come forward a bit because they both have very similar styles in which they like to counter off the outside and let their opponents come forward. I think that both men here will have both bursts of offense where they come forward as well, and when they box off the outside. So I think that's how every round will be up until really the end of this fight. I think we'll see both men come forward, both men box off the outside. It's going to be a very good chess match, and I think that Conceicao will ultimately come out as the victor. And comment down below your thoughts on this fight, whether you think Conceicao has it enough to beat Martinez. Martinez undefeated, rising, and if you think Martinez is going to win. I mean, Martinez is a very undefeated, game, young opponent. Conceicao, coming off the performance of his life, got robbed and is now bouncing back here against a top-rated super featherweight. And I think it's an excellent fight, but I am edging Robson Conceicao to win this fight with his boxing ability and sheer speed to really just outwork Xavier Martinez and to get a close but clear unanimous decision victory. It could definitely be a majority decision win, but I'm edging close unanimous. So overall, I believe that Robson Conceicao will defeat Xavier Martinez by unanimous decision, and I think that the judges will score this bout 97 to 93 once and 96 to 94 twice, all in favor of Robson Conceicao to win the WBC Super Featherweight World Title Eliminator. And yeah, that's really it. I'm MB Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.